Hello, North River family and friends. This is Kevin Broyles, and I have the privilege of bringing to you an update from the Coronavirus Task Force here at North River. As one sister wisely said, we may be done with COVID, but COVID is not done with us. I want to remind you that the task force is a team of advisors, healthcare, legal, academic, educational, and administrative professionals working with the ministry leaders and the staff, and that God has given us His Spirit, common sense, science, and each other to make decisions. Our top priority has always been the health of you and your loved ones, to educate you so that you can make the best choices for yourselves and your family. Today, I want to share with you a little bit about what's new with the COVID virus, the current situation in our community, and how that impacts us and our current guidelines here at North River. As you've heard and seen in the news, there's a variant that deserves our attention. It's called the Delta variant. It's more contagious. It has increased over 300% in 1 month in the United States. It attacks those that are especially vulnerable, those who are not vaccinated or immunosuppressed, like elderly or those with chronic medical problems. Vaccinated folks are at less risk, but unfortunately, they are at risk of having or carrying the Delta variant coronavirus as well. We've noticed that this virus affects young people. We've seen the prevalence of this virus being 37% in Cobb County, 45% in Georgia, 83% in the United States, as you can see on the graph to the right. Our current testing, our molecular tests and our rapid tests do detect the variants, but they don't identify which variant we have. The state lab identifies those variants, and these are where our numbers come from. In our community, unfortunately, at this time, we are red. We are at a high level of transmission, as is most of the United States. Over 2/3 of the counties in the United States are at a substantial or high transmission rate. This means more than 100 cases per 100,000 people. And so this affects what we do and what our recommendations are. In Cobb County, for instance, we were at 2% positivity rate, and we were really enjoying it. Now we're at over a 10% positivity rate. Vaccination rates have also slowed. In Georgia, 40% are fully vaccinated, 47% in Cobb County, 44% are partially vaccinated, 52% in Cobb County. Unfortunately, a partially vaccination is only a 40% protection against the COVID virus. A full vaccination is a 90% protection against the COVID virus, including a lot of protection against the Delta variant. As you can see, the graph on the right, this is Cobb County, the sharp increase in the number of COVID cases and the percent positivity rate. It's the same for Georgia and for most of the United States. There's been a rapid increase. Hospitalizations have also increased 40% over the last 2 weeks at Wellstar, 90% in Georgia. 97% of the folks hospitalized for COVID are not immunized. And the death rate, I am grateful, is stable. We're not changing the science, but the virus has changed and the science has evolving with the changing virus. This is Dr. Fauci, which leads to some recommendations that have been made. The American Academy of Pediatrics had recommended that children and adults in school systems should wear masks regardless of vaccination status because of the new variant and because of the increase in transmission rate. Also, what was recommended that vaccinated Americans as well as unvaccinated Americans should wear masks indoors in high or substantial transmission areas, which unfortunately includes Cobb County and Georgia. So the guidelines at the North River Church have not really changed that much, but we are putting a special emphasis on reminding folks to wear their masks at different times. We have 4 options. We have an outdoor mask optional service where you can distance. We have indoor main auditorium service where we have a mask only section on one side and a mask optional section on the other side. We will all wear masks in the foyer when we're entering worship and when we're exiting worship, because that is a blended group. But there is also a separate exit for the mask-only section. The auditorium will continue to be distanced, and we'll continue to monitor and right-size the different sections. There is the virtual option, and I'm so grateful to our worship and AV team who have done an outstanding job in creating our virtual worship services. This has been such a blessing to many of us. And then there are special services with communities outside of the church or teens and youth and different groups. There will be ushers at the entrance and the exit of the foyer at the beginning and end of service to remind everyone to mask up before entering and exit, because there are people who are needing to wear masks in those areas as well. The children's ministry will continue to require registration, and unfortunately, there will not be any admission to the children's ministry without registration, because we have to prepare for the numbers of children that we have, and the children's ministry will continue to mask. These are individual decisions that we'll all make regarding what level of comfort we have and regarding our life situation. For example, Noelle and I, we both had COVID. We've been immunized. I wear a mask all day long, every day in my work, and I was really enjoying being in the mask optional section of worship. But unfortunately, we will now be in the mask section, because I am grateful, but my 84-year-old mother, who is vulnerable, has moved in with us. And now it's more important that Noelle and I are masked when we're at worship, as well as my mom when she visits us. And so individual decisions change from time to time. Finally, I have been so proud, and the task force has been so proud of the church and all that you've done to continue to be strong spiritually and to love each other and to love those around us. And we wanted to encourage you with Romans 12, that we are to continue to love one another deeply, to honor others more than ourselves. This includes those who need to mask or who choose not to mask, to stay excited about our faith, to continue to serve the Lord, and to be joyful in hope, to be patient in these challenging times, to be faithful in prayer, and to share with the Lord's people, as well as others, as we practice hospitality. And we feel this is the way to stay strong spiritually during this time of COVID, is to continue to do these things. I love you, we love you, and thank you for this opportunity to give you an update today, and have a great day and a great worship.